Hi guys, let me just put this thing on the center tank, see if you can dry that thing out. By the way guys, if you're gonna put screws on heaters or anything electrical, remember to make sure that it's not touching any wires or any live parts, or you're gonna burn the place down. There you go. This week I'm gonna be repairing the foils, starting by the dagger board, which is missing a big chunk, reinforcing all this area, and the same with the rudder, which has, well, it's all ground off now. I think I'll have to start by sanding this area, at least, where I'm going to put some glass and some thickened epoxy, and get these scales out of here. Ah! 20 pounds in just over 2 months. Well, I guess it will take a lot more wind before I have to put the first reef on. I'm going to mix some microfibers and microspheres. Both of these are harder than microballoons. Tougher to sand, but will make for a stronger tip of the dagger board. I will put glass on top, but I cut this little piece of cloth 45 degrees with the weave direction, so it molds better than if it's perpendicular fibers. Look at the difference if you pull perpendicular to the fibers or 45 degrees. See, it's getting a shape on its own. So I'm gonna let that dry today, and tomorrow it will be nice and hard, so I can put a couple more layers of cloth over it. It should last a lot longer than the single layer I had in there. If you ever wondered which epoxy I use, that's what I built my goat with. Ready for another couple of layers. Let's have a look at this one now. Two layers done. I'll let it dry, then I'll apply 2 more layers, just like I did with the rudder. It's a much nicer day today, and it looks like that is now nice and hard. I'm gonna sand that, put another couple layers of glass. Much better. Now I'm going to wait for this to go tacky, and then I'll try to fill the rest of the weave. Next, the rudder. One last coat of epoxy to fill the weave. Nice and tacky now. Let it dry now. And another beautiful day, but let's see what's happening in the workshop. Right, that cured nicely. Hard, bit of wax on it, so I'll have to wash it with some water and a bit of soap before I sand it. But first I have to scrape it, get rid of all this you can see here. Get rid of all this, sand it, shape it nicely, and apply a last coat of epoxy. And in the end it should look like this. That had the last coat of epoxy to cover for any fibers that are damaged now during scraping and sanding. And this is ready for varnish. Just, well, after light sanding, of course. But I think you guys have seen enough sanding for this week, so guys, stay safe and I'll see you next week.